Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we have a story that's a real emotional roller coaster, straight from the feline world. It's a tale about a cat dad named Leo and his tiny, fluffy son Moochie. You might want to grab some tissues for this one. Leo was the perfect dad. From the moment Moochie was born, he was a pillar of strength and affection. He would groom Moochie meticulously, curl up with him for long naps, and gently teach him the essential cat skills like how to pounce on a feather toy and how to find the sunniest spot in the house. Their bond was the kind of thing you see in heartwarming internet compilations. Moochie adored his dad, following him everywhere like a tiny, furry shadow. To him, Leo was his whole world, his hero. But one day, everything changed. A new family moved in next door, and with them came a beautiful Siamese cat named Luna, who had only ever had eyes for his little family, was completely smitten. He started spending more and more time by the fence, trying to catch Luna's attention. Soon, his days were filled with wooing the new neighbor, leaving Moochie feeling confused and alone. The grooming sessions stopped. The shared naps became a thing of the past. Leo was a changed cat. Moochie's little heart was breaking. He would meow for his dad, trying to get him to play, but Leo would just give him a distracted glance before turning back to the fence. The feeling of abandonment was overwhelming for the little kitten. He missed the warmth of his father's fur, the reassuring purrs, and the feeling of being the center of his dad's universe. He watched from the window as Leo and Luna chased each other in the neighboring yard, a painful sight that fueled a new, unfamiliar feeling inside him, a desire for revenge. Moochie, though small, was surprisingly clever. He decided that if his dad was going to ignore him, he would make his life as difficult as possible. His revenge plan began subtly. First, he targeted Leo's favorite napping spot on the plush sofa. Moochie would accidentally knock a cup of water nearby, making the cushion just damp enough to be unpleasant. When Leo came for his afternoon snooze, he'd find his prized spot mysteriously ruined and would have to settle for the less comfortable floor. Moochie watched from a distance, a tiny glint of satisfaction in his eyes. The next phase of his plan was more ambitious. He knew his dad loved the special, expensive cat treats his humans saved for special occasions. Moochie managed to push the treat jar just to the edge of the counter. Later, when Leo jumped up to beg for a snack, the jar came crashing down, scattering the delicious morsels all over the floor, where they were quickly cleaned up by their human. Leo was devastated, and Moochie felt a pang of guilt, but the sting of betrayal was stronger. This was for all the lonely afternoons he'd spent waiting for a father who never came. His campaign of minor chaos continued. He would hide Leo's favorite jingle ball under the heaviest piece of furniture. He'd strategically place himself in the doorway just as Leo was trying to enter, causing his dad to stumble. He even learned how to unplug the heated cat bed on chilly nights. Each small act was a cry for attention, a way of saying, "Look at me, I'm still here. Don't you remember me?" But Leo, blinded by his new romance, just seemed annoyed by these strange occurrences, never suspecting his own son was the mastermind. One rainy afternoon, the climax of Moochie's plan unfolded. He saw his dad sitting by the window, gazing longingly towards Luna's house. A wave of sadness and anger washed over the little kitten. He decided it was time for his grand finale. He located the one thing his dad hated more than anything: the vacuum cleaner. With all his might, Moochie managed to nudge the power button with his nose. The machine roared to life, and Leo, terrified, shot up into the air, fur on end, and bolted under the bed. But something unexpected happened. As Moochie watched his terrified father cowering, he didn't feel triumphant. He just felt sad. Seeing his hero so scared and distressed brought him no joy. All the anger drained out of him, replaced by the deep longing he'd been trying to bury. He just wanted his dad back. He padded over to the bed and let out a soft, questioning meow. From underneath a pair of Ouija, scared eyes peeked out. It was Leo. Slowly, Leo crawled out from under the bed, still trembling. He looked at Moochie, and for the first time in weeks, he seemed to truly see him. He saw the sadness in his son's eyes, the loneliness. In that moment, something shifted in Leo. He seemed to remember the tiny, helpless kitten he had nurtured, the little ball of fur that depended on him for everything. He walked over to Moochie and began to lick his head, just like he used to. It was a gesture of apology, of comfort, of love. Moochie leaned into his father's touch, purring for the first time in what felt like forever. He didn't need revenge anymore. All he ever wanted was his dad's love. From that day on, things began to change for the better. Leo still had a soft spot for Luna, but he never again neglected his son. He divided his time, ensuring Moochie got plenty of cuddles, playtime, and grooming sessions. The father-son duo was back, their bond reforged and stronger than ever. Moochie learned that revenge wasn't the answer and that love, even when it feels lost, can find its way back. And Leo learned that while new friendships are exciting, the love of family is a treasure that should never be taken for granted. Their story reminds us that communication and forgiveness are powerful, even in the world of our furry friends. Thank you so much for watching this heartwarming tale. What did you think of Moochie's revenge plan? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up and do you forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing animal stories. We'll see you in the next one.